Hi Scorpio, this is Tara and welcome to your September 2016 Psychic Tarot forecast. Wow, what a month this is going to be. Really for everyone because we've gone into retrograde, Mercury retrograde, which affects communications, how we speak to people, how people speak to us, travel, our computers, our accessories, all electronics. So if you're like me and you have electronic problems during the month, it's almost, or excuse me, during the retrograde, it's almost like every one I do. Sometimes I upgrade my computer. Sometimes I, buy a new chip for my phone. This time was just really buying more megabytes for my Google Drive to send my clients the videos of their readings. So that's not a big deal. It's $1.99. And really, so Mercury is about having us, sit back and really watch the wheels turning. If you may hear or see, neighbors arguing or people arguing where they normally wouldn't. There's a little bit of strain on that. Mercury's just sort of hanging out. And it is the planet of communication. So we'll see that for about 3 weeks into about the middle of 15th, 16th, 17th, that it comes to fruition. It's about a 3-week time period. So just really take a deep breath on that. If you're traveling, be safe, watch your luggage, make sure it's with you, all of that good stuff. The other big news of the month, actually there's a couple things, but I'm not an astrologer. I do want to make light, however, on September 1st is the new moon solar eclipse in Virgo. This is a big change agent month for really everyone. This is about, Virgo is an earth sign. So there's a little bit of a distance of emotions. It's also a distance of right brain creativity. So the functions and abilities that are normally around are also going to be in a little bit of rest this month. So that when we are ready to use our creative expression in the months to come, that talent's going to be there for us. So, it's just like our body. Sometimes we need to rest in Scorpio, and that's what this is saying as well. So remember, solar eclipses set the tone for accelerated growth and changes. The new moon is how we want to initiate goals and set our intentions. So with this being a solar eclipse on a new moon, this is like hypersensitive with the way we want to do our life purpose, our life path. And that will be revealed, like I said, in stages. So the key phrase for this particular month is adapt to changes. Again, Virgo, the solar eclipse is in Virgo, and it's an earth sign. So it has that energy of adapting to changes in our material world. So how do we work with this in our personal life? What do we want? Well, our goals, and I've said this oftentimes because I'm a numerologist, and this is a 2 millennium. So this is the millennium of being more compassionate, artistic, creative, really being with ourselves, who we're with. There's a spiritual component to this. So maybe our goals should be based on creativity, compassion, love, artistic abilities. And a lot of times, even if you're working in the corporate world and you love your job and you're doing a great job, that is awesome. This is really speaking more to the people that are not having a good time, that are miserable or not making the money they want to make, or both. Sometimes we like what we do and we're not making the money we want to make, and sometimes we're making good money and we're still miserable. So, there's ways to do this. There's ways to work around this, is really meditate. Take 5 minutes a day. Do simple things in life. Also, what I do every day is I say several things I'm grateful for. And I'll tell you a couple things I said this morning was, last night we were driving by a new park and there were people out and about, and it has a beautiful creek. And I'm telling you, we've lived in this area for over 20 years. The first time I've noticed this, it was wonderful. Took the dog Jersey, the pup, and we just had a great time. Really nice people to talk to. So I'm grateful for that. Grateful I found that park, which is not around the corner, but it's not far from here and easy to get to. I'm grateful that I was able to update my megabytes on the computer for $1.99 a month. I'm grateful for the people in my life. So it's those sort of things that really keep us on the positive track. And it's also will help us shift and help us make a life that is more compassionate and understanding and much more open to receiving what we want with our material needs, what feels right to us. Okay, my friends, well, I wanted to go over that. It feels very important. And I'm going to go into your reading now. I'm going to pull 4 cards from the Greenwich Tarot deck. Let's see what comes up for you guys for this month. Again, what I was talking about is general, but it affects everybody. Let's see what's more specific for you guys, or at least what for a general reading. Actually, this is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, and this card wanted to come out 2 different ways, so this will be interesting to see how we take a look. Actually, some pretty good cards, my friends. You have the Star card. This is about enlightenment, and as you can see, the water's flowing. She has her beautiful star wings on, and the fairies are around her. The moonlight's out. So this is really enlightenment in your life. And the Star card, as you know, is one of the major arcanas. And this comes at a time when there has been upheaval possibly, or unsureness of relationships, unsureness of work, unsureness of timing in life. There's hope and optimism around that. Starting to see some new light, some new hope. Yeah, and when I look at these 2 cards together, she's actually facing the 3 of chalices. And this can be around 3 people. It can be really having a great time together. This can be a celebration of acknowledgement of someone taking a next step, someone moving up in the world, or someone moving where they want to. I feel like some of you guys are getting together with friends and having a drink, or going somewhere and having a dinner and really celebrating your friends. But there's some sort of emotional achievement, emotional good feel that's coming up in September for you. This may be getting together with family, and you guys are having a nice time together. There's water here. This is the 3 of chalices. So that's a water card. That's about your emotions. So you're starting off the starting off the month, Scorpio, with some nice emotional feelings going on. This has the garden. This feels like the garden of plenty to me. So these 3 women are standing around what you could look at this and say it's the ground, or it could be a pond that's golden. But it feels like you can tap into your emotions with other people. By yourself, this is like an inner light, and this is with other people. The next card that came up is the King of Pentacles, and this card did come up in reverse. So the King of Pentacles, normally it's this guy right here, would come up straight up. And he is a guy who enjoys his money. He enjoys his property. He's a very generous guy. He's done well in life. As you can see, the red flowers behind him, the meadow in the back. He has his land. He has his cow. So he's a happy guy. It did come up in reverse. And by the way, this also represents an earth sign. This could be Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. Sun, moon, or rising sign. So if there is an earth sign that's big in your life, and this is coming up in reverse, and I say big in your life, someone like a boss or a spouse, It almost feels like to me that they're either, if it's a boss, they're not feeling quite as strong to you or as overwhelming as maybe they have been. Not that the King of Pentacles is an overwhelming person, but coming up in reverse, I feel like it could be. If this is a spouse, it just feels like whoever this is, spouse, boss, that they could be seeing some issues in their life and they don't feel quite as prosperous. And, you may not see as much of their happy-go-lucky, all is well, I'm in the right place feeling. So I always look at how the cards face each other. This one faces this one. And this one being in reverse is facing away from this celebration here. It's looking away. So it's like this person is almost becoming distanced to you, and not in a bad way. Maybe there needs to be some distance, or maybe you all worked out some communication. Okay, so I'm hearing the word stripes. So this could be also in the military. If some of you, any of you are in the military, or if you have loved ones or friends, this person just feels like they are at distance. And I'm kind of having very empathic feeling towards them, of hoping that they're doing better. If their health is off, whatever's off, it just feels like their world is a little bit upside down right now. Okay. So, the last card is the Wheel of Fortune. And I have to say, when I pulled this card, this happens every so often. I said it straight up, but it felt like it was like this. And so I was like, okay, how do we talk about it? Let's talk about it both ways. So the Wheel of Fortune, when it's upright, is always positive. This is about new movement, new positivity in your life. The wheel, there's the ebbs and flows of life. Sometimes we just feel like we're not getting anywhere, and maybe we've had, people in our life that pass on, or we've lost our job or whatever, in that sense. And it's unfortunate, but the wheel does turn around and say, okay, now's your time. Here's the arrow. This is your time. And so that's usually what it means. That this could be really, things start flowing for you again, or you're feeling like it. Now, it could be too, if it's in reverse. I always read the Wheel of Fortune as being a positive card, even in reverse, because in reverse it tells me this is coming, it's just delayed. Or things have stopped for right now. Or maybe your income, you're not getting that promotion. Or you're not getting to go on that vacation with your loved one. Or not getting to go see your family. So it could be that as well. Since it felt like it was sort of cockeyed. Whoever Scorpio you are, wherever your life is, I'm going to say that this Wheel of Fortune could go either way. In fact, what I'm going to do is to pull a clarifying card, because I'm very interested as to why that could have come up that way. Okay, so let's pull a clarifying card of what's going on with you. Oh, well, okay. All right, Scorpio. Well, this is a completely different deck. This is the Hanson Roberts deck. And the card I pulled empathically was another Wheel of Fortune, and this was straight up. And this one's pointing to this one. So don't you love the synchronicities in life? I do. I'm getting ready to teach a class on psychic development. And part of it is about noticing synchronicities, feathers, the coins, numbers on the clock. But I love that both of these cards came out. This is the same card, just different deck. So I'm going to go ahead and go with it, you guys. I think the Wheel of Fortune is going to turn in your favor. If you don't feel like it now, Just allow the solar eclipse, new moon, to just be open to that, because I do feel like this is going to turn in your favor. All right, my friends, I'm going to add up the cards for you numerologically. This is a 17, and 3 is 20, 21, and 10 is 31. I've been getting that with a couple readings. 3 and 1 is 4. Numerology, that's about staying grounded, staying practical, knowing the different steps to take in life, just doing it in a practical way. You know, when you build a house, you pour the foundation, then you put up the uprights. You don't put the roof on first. You need a firm foundation. So, you know, feel that, know that you're striving towards that, and that's your goal. And the ways to also ground, which 4 is about as well, is being in nature, enjoying earth, enjoying the trees, enjoying the birds that you see, because you do have a couple of birds in your cards, and a lot of times they are messengers for us. All right, Scorpio, that was an interesting reading. If you all would like your own personal private reading, you can reach me at themagicalmatrix@gmail.com. I've also been doing a lot of mentoring, intuitive counseling and mentoring. It's more like coaching and mentoring. Coaching is such a conventional word. It's very intuitive, and visualizing your goals and your dreams. And so what we want to do is to turn this card, have this card look like this, so that the wheel is turning towards your desires. All right. And if you'd like to do that, I would love to do a private reading with you. Make sure and subscribe. And really, you have some pretty good cards here. There's a lot of good emotions going on. This guy, I'm not sure who this is a boss, husband, spouse, friend, but it just feels like they need the Wheel of Fortune in their life. But I do feel like for you, things are turning in your direction in some form. It's either business or your health. I'm getting health for some of you. Maybe it felt like your health has been a little bit on the out and out. So take care of you. And let me know if you'd like your own personal private reading. All right, take care. Have a great month, Scorpio, and I will see you soon.